Hey friends, it's Amy Dunn, the Keto Queen. I hope you're having a great day. It's Wednesday, hump day. Yes, it is. I mean, some midweek. Super excited about the weekend myself. So I hope you guys are having a great week so far. We are in the kitchen, guys, and we're making barbecue chicken slaw. Have you tried the barbecue chicken slaw recipe? If you guys have and you enjoyed it, give me some hearts. But if you haven't, and this sounds delicious, go ahead and hit that share button right there. How are you guys? When you jump on, let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know who all's watching tonight. And then what you're doing for dinner tonight that's low carb or keto friendly. I'm super excited to talk to you about this barbecue chicken slaw, and we're already almost done with this recipe. That's how fast it is. It's so fast. So as you guys jump on, let me know where you're watching from and what you're doing for dinner. What I've done so far is I cooked up some bacon pieces. And we didn't cook them until they're really crunchy. Like some of them are soft. Some of them are a little dunner than others. You don't want to cook it all the way through because we're going to top this dish off with bacon. And we are going to bake this. So I've got my oven on 350. And then I took some chicken breast and I cut them into bite-sized chunks, as you can see. And I'm cooking that chicken breast in a little bit of the bacon grease. And I seasoned it with salt and pepper. And that's all we did to the chicken. And guys, you want to cook that chicken until it's done. But guess what? We're already almost done. We're going to take this chicken and we're going to move it over to a casserole dish. So I used right at 2 pounds of chicken. You can do less if you want to, if you're cooking for less people. But me and Ricky will have this, and then Haley told me to bring her leftovers. My mom might have some tomorrow, who knows. So we're gonna put this chicken into a 9x13 bacon dish. And this is a barbecue chicken slaw. It is so yummy. I've only cooked it one time, so this is our second time. Ricky actually had to go work with a friend this afternoon, so he's gonna come home a little later, and he'll have some waiting for him when he gets here. And he told me that he is so excited to get here because he's only had this one time before and he really enjoyed it. So cook that chicken all the way through. If you got some bigger pieces and you want to cut them in half, you can cut them in half. Guys, you also can take a chicken and cook it and shred it if you want to. I just don't have time for all that. I came home straight from work, cooked the bacon, cut my chicken up and cooked the chicken in chunks. If you want to shred it, it probably would be even better if you shredded your chicken. Yeah, because you'd have... I like shredded chicken in a slaw. I think that'd be good. So we're just going to take some of these bigger pieces and make sure we cut them down because I want to make sure I got chicken all throughout the dish. And like I said, you can totally cook some chicken and shred it up yourself if you want to, or put it in your food processor and shred it that way. I just think that's extra work for me, so I'm not doing it. I just cut it into chunks and cooked it with salt and pepper and a little bit of that bacon grease. So we're just cutting some of these bigger pieces up into smaller bite-sized pieces. And then we're gonna mix up all of our ingredients, guys. I mean, if you're watching this video, you're gonna see how fast this dish is because we're fixing to put it in the oven in a matter of 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. So fast and easy. The longest thing that it takes for this casserole is just to warm it up or get the cheese melted in the oven. So make sure your chicken is cooked through because it's gonna be in the oven, but not very long at all. If you use raw chicken, it's going to take a very long time to cook in the oven, and we ain't got time for that. So how are you guys doing? Have you had the barbecue chicken slaw before? If you have, give me some hearts, and if you haven't, push that share button so you guys can come back to your page later and find it, and we can share it with other people. Let me get this hot dish out of my way. All right, so now, guys, what we're going to do is take this chicken and we're gonna mix in a few ingredients. I've got a half of a red onion diced up really small, so we're gonna put some red onion in here. Yes. We're going to put a teaspoon of garlic powder, You can use more if you want to, but I'm gonna use a teaspoon of garlic powder. Just throw it in here. Yep. And then we're gonna use a cup, but I'm gonna start off with a half a cup. I'm gonna do a half a cup of low carb barbecue sauce. Now tonight I've got Sweet Baby Ray's, and I can't wait to have it in this recipe because last time I used G. Hughes Original, and I love G. Hughes. I love G. Hughes. But I'm telling you, I finally decided to try this Sweet Baby Ray's sugar-free original, and it's pretty dang good, y'all. I mean, it is pretty darn good. So I'm excited to try this barbecue sauce with this recipe. Let me get me a little video real quick here. We're doing some real work while we're working here. I hope you guys have had a great day. Let me know where you're watching from and what you're doing for dinner tonight. That's what I want to know. I want to know what you're doing for dinner tonight and where you're watching from. So we're adding the chicken. with a small onion, a red onion just diced into small pieces. And then we're going to mix the red onion, the cooked chicken, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and I did a half a cup of barbecue sauce. I may decide to add more if I want to in just a second. I want to make sure it's got plenty of barbecue sauce for the seasoning, but it doesn't have to be overpowering to me. But the red onions and this barbecue sauce together is going to be so delicious. Now we got our bacon over here on the side because we are going to top this thing off with some bacon when we're all finished. It's a barbecue chicken slaw with bacon and cheese. Yum, yum. We're just mixing this up really good. I want to make sure that garlic powder gets mixed really good in there. And look, that looks like a lot of barbecue sauce to me. All of my chicken is coated pretty thoroughly. It wouldn't hurt to add a little more. I'm not going to do a full cup, but I'm going to add just a couple of squirts. So have you guys tried the Sweet Baby Ray's sugar-free barbecue sauce? I'll show you real quick on the camera. It's the Sweet Baby Ray barbecue sauce. Let me see here. See if I can remember how to do this. I have to have trouble every time. Ray's no sugar added. I'm crazy. It's Sweet Baby Ray's no sugar added barbecue sauce. Now that doesn't mean it does not have carbs. It does have carbs, so we want to make sure we remember how to read our carb count. So you'll see here, it's got 4, can I see that? 4, I'm trying to hold it still. 4 total carbs. It has less than 1 fiber, so you might as well say 1. You can say 0 or 1. But if it says less than, that means 1. So 1 fiber with 4 total carbs. You don't look at total sugars. You look for sugar alcohol. So we can't subtract that. So we've got 1 carb, 1 fiber, 4 total carbs. So that means it's 3 net carbs. And the serving size here is 2 tablespoons. So 2 tablespoons. I just put a little bit. Hush. I just put a little less than, or a little more than half a cup, so I'm fixing to put in here. So you can add that up if you're looking for carb counts. That's exactly how you do it. That's how you decide how many carbs are in your, what the world's wrong with this darn thing? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get back to my camera. Lordy mercy. I shouldn't have touched nothing, y'all. I should have touched nothing. Here we go. Okay, so that's how you calculate your carbs. You look at all of the carbs in your ingredients. Add them together. That way you know how many carbs are in your dish, okay? So we know there's no carbs in the chicken. There are carbs in the barbecue sauce. There are some carbs in the red onion. And then let's look at this slaw package because we're fixing to add some slaw. We'll look at this together. And I'm not making the total carb counts today. I don't have time. But this is how you do it. You just look at the carbs in every single ingredient. You add that up for the entire dish. And then you take this 9 by 13 and you little bit. You take this 9 by 13 and you decide how many servings you're going to make out of it. If you're going to do 5 cups, then it's 5 servings. If you're going to do 10 half cups, then it's 10 servings. You get to decide what your serving size is. You can literally do it like this and cut it. 4. There's 4 servings. You can cut it this way. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 servings. It's up to you on how many servings you create out of your dish. And you'll take that total carb count. Sorry, hang on. You'll take that total carb count and divide it by the number of servings. It's really that simple. So let's look at those carbs. So we've got 5 total carbs and 2 fibers. So what's that, y'all? 3. We've got 3 net carbs, and that's in 1.5 cups. This has 5 servings. So that's 3 times 5. It's 15 carbs in this bag. Now, a lot of people will say, oh my God, you're putting 15 carbs in this dish? We're not eating this whole thing in one sitting. This is a casserole dish. So it just depends on how many servings you make out of it. But you'll add all the carbs together, divide it by how many servings you're creating. That's how you get your carb counts. So I don't want to tell you mine because you may be using different ingredients. You may be using a lower carb barbecue sauce or a higher carb barbecue sauce. You may be using different cheese. The cheese I'm using has 0 carbs, but you might have cheese that has carbs. If you're using the shredded bag, you're going to have more carbs than I've got, more than likely, depending on the brand. So I want you to know how to read your carb counts. All right, so we've got our barbecue mixed up. We've got the chicken, we've got the red onion, we've got the garlic powder and the barbecue sauce. So now we're going to go ahead and take half of the cheese. I'm using a cup of cheddar and a cup of Monterey Jack. I had to think about it. A cup of cheddar and a cup of Monterey Jack. We're going to take about half this and put a little bit of the cheese on the chicken, and then we're going to put the slaw, and then we're going to put the rest of the cheese. So I've got a little bit of cheese in between the slaw. Does that make sense? And we can add more cheese if we want to. I really didn't measure this out. I just shredded it up. So then we're gonna take this slaw and we're gonna put it on top of the cheese, and this slaw is cooked and ready to go. So I mean, we just add a little bit of cheese. We're gonna add in the slaw mix. Now, if you wanna make your own slaw mix, you certainly can. And you can cut up your cabbage, and you can add some red onion, and you can make some carrots, and you can make your own slaw mix, but I'm not. I'm just gonna use this packaged thing that's ready to go. Makes it fast and easy. So we've got the chicken with the barbecue mix. We've got a little bit of cheese. So we're adding the slaw mix right on top. Then we're gonna add the rest of the cheese, guys, and our crumbled bacon, and there you have it. A barbecue chicken slaw. This is gonna go in the oven on 350, and it's gonna cook for a good 20 minutes. Now look, this looks like a lot of slaw, so I may not even use my whole bag. I've got a 16-ounce bag, and this looks like a lot of slaw. So I think I'm gonna call it quits right there. Not even gonna use the whole bag. But it looks good. It's looking really good. I love the colors in it. It looks really, really pretty. All right, and then I'm gonna add the rest of my cheese. And if you need a little bit more cheese, you can. This is just the cheese topping. This is gonna be so yummy, guys. Think about this. The barbecue sauce, the chicken, the red onions, the slaw, the bacon, the cheese, like all of these flavors together, that garlic powder that's in there, like this is gonna be so delicious. I shredded this up in the kitchen got a little warm, so my cheese is kind of sticky. That's okay. I don't want tons of cheese for myself. You can do more or less, but I do want a little bit more than that. I didn't measure it, I just shredded some up. So let me shred a little bit more. I'm gonna use the Monterey Jack to add a little more. Try not to make a mess here. And this is not going to take long at all. My oven's on 350, and we're going to put it in there for about 15 or 20 minutes. I may just go ahead and set my timer for 20 minutes. The cheese is not going to burn unless you leave it in there for a long time, but you definitely want the slaw to get warm. And if it cooks a little while, it starts to soften. So I definitely, myself, want that slaw not to be too crunchy. So here we go. Trying to decide if I want a little bit more cheese. It's not a whole lot of cheese, but I got a little bitty tiny layer in between. Whoops. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, sir. Caught it before you got it. I caught it before you got it, buddy. Uh-oh. What just happened over there? I'm adding a little bit of, oh, I told you cheddar cheese, but I'm using extra sharp. I'm using extra sharp for a little extra flavor. I forgot to tell you that, a little extra sharp cheese. It set out too long, so it's kind of sticky. That's why it's throwing me off. It's throwing me off because it's sticking together. All right, and the last thing we're gonna do now is add our bacon. So I should have already cut this up before I came live, but it was hot. Like I cooked it and then started the live video. So we're just gonna cut these bacon crumbles and put it on top of the casserole. I say casserole, it's not really casserole, this is a slaw. So we're gonna cut the bacon crumbles up and then put this right into the oven. So you'll see the bacon is not completely done. It's not all crispy because it's gonna cook for about 20 minutes. And you don't want your bacon to burn. So that's the only reason I didn't cook it too crispy. Some people don't like crispy bacon either, but this is gonna cook in the oven, so you don't wanna get it too done because it's gonna possibly burn depending on how long you leave it in the oven. So I did mine a little bit. Some of them are crunchy, some of them are not. And I don't know that if I'm gonna use all this, and you don't have to use all the bacon. You can use the bacon for anything. Ricky loves bacon as snacks. That's too done. Ricky loves bacon as snacks, so I can put this in the refrigerator and he'll be eating on bacon for the next couple of days. So we love bacon at my house. Does that mean you have to eat bacon every day? No, it does not. Just because you eat low carb or keto doesn't mean you have to keep your kitchen full of bacon or bacon grease. We just love bacon for the flavor it gives the food, and the bacon grease for the healthy fats that make that chicken taste delicious. But just because you're low carb or keto does not mean you have to eat tons of meat and tons of bacon and tons of butter. That's just all hearsay. It all depends on what you're reading and who you're learning from. I like to teach simple, clean keto and even low carb, and I would love to help you guys. If you're new to my page and you've never gotten my tips, I would love to send you some getting started tips. So you can just put getting started in the comments and I will send you some tips. So you can do as much or as little bacon as you want. You see I'm just still cutting away. Let me look and see how much more I want. I think I'm just about done. Ricky loves bacon, so the more the merrier is what he would say. I don't want that big fatty piece in there. It's all fat. I don't like that big old fatty piece. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Let's spread our bacon out and see what we think, y'all. I mean, this is going to be so good. I've only had it one time. I'm super excited to eat it again. And I'm not done with the bacon. I want some more bacon. So it's up to you on how much you want. I don't know how many pieces I cooked. But like I said, if I have too much, then I will just put it in the fridge for Ricky. Because he will eat it all day and all night. He loves bacon. And I'm fixing to come and check and see if you guys have questions for me. So if you have questions, put them in the comments. All right, let's see what it looks like now. I mean, this looks delicious. How about you guys? You think this looks delicious? Give me some hearts if that looks delicious to you. I'm super excited to try it out again. It was so good the first time. This time we're using a different barbecue sauce. I used G. Hughes Original last time, and now I'm using Sweet Baby Ray's Original, no sugar, no added sugar. And I loved it when we grilled some chicken legs this weekend. It was really, really good. So I'm excited to try it out with this this chicken tonight. All right, a couple more pieces. Couple more pieces. This looks so yummy. Too hard. I mean, to me, you just about can hardly ever go with too much bacon. That's just me, but I just really have a hard time saying that I'm overdoing it on bacon. Just a hard time to say that. All right, that looks amazing, guys. I'm fixing to put this bad boy in the oven. Let me wash this bacon grease off my hands real quick, though. There is nothing down there for you two scavengers, little scavengers. The scavengers today, Amy. All right, get back, get back, get back. All right, let me do one quick little video to show this bad boy as it goes in. Pretty slow. All right, we'll put it in the oven. I'm gonna check out your questions. All right, to remind you guys, my oven is set to 350, and I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. And it should be good. With 20 minutes, I think that'll be plenty of time for it to get all those wonderful flavors together and that bacon and cheese to melt together. So I'm super excited. Let's see what questions you guys have. Let's see what questions we got here. How are you guys? It's Wednesday. Oh, we got some from Texas here. Oh, we got two girls right off the bat from Texas. We got Shara and Regina. How are you guys doing? There's Carol, my friend from Oklahoma. Hey, Karen, how are you? From Ohio. Philly. Oh, my goodness, Kim, I've never been to Philly. I've never been to Philly. Y'all know I love to travel, so you never know where I'm going to end up next. I'm going this weekend to Atlanta. Love Atlanta. Hey, from Missouri there. Hey, Jolene. Hey Kim, how are you from Florida? One of everyone's favorite states, right? The beautiful weather, the beautiful water. Hey Dee, oh my goodness, Dee had seared salmon and kale salad. That sounds delicious. We got Kathy from Indiana on here. North Carolina, I can't even talk. North California. Hey Renee. Oh, we got Atlanta, Georgia in the house, Kathleen. That's where I'm going this weekend. It's to Atlanta, Georgia. Rolling down the highway, going home to Elkland, Missouri. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that so much. My dad is home today, and we get to see the doctor again in the morning after lab work and get to start chemo again. So we're excited just to keep going because we're seeing some results. And we're still praying that the chemo just continues to work. It needs to keep on going. Let's see. Carol don't know what she's doing for dinner yet. Oh, Susie had keto pancakes. I'm not sure which recipe you use, Susie, but I love mine. I love my pancake recipe. All right, the recipe to this, guys, is in the post. As soon as I finish up this live video, you'll see the link straight to this recipe. Chicken breast seasoned with paprika, garlic powder, black pepper, mashed cauliflower with sour cream, yum, and Brussels sprouts, Wilma. That sounds delicious. Let me read that again. She is doing chicken breast seasoned with paprika, garlic powder, black pepper, mashed cauliflower with sour cream and Brussels sprouts. That sounds amazing. So good. Beef and broccoli, orange chicken over noodles. Let's see. I know this is going to be good. Oh, yes, Karen. Little bit is talking specifically to you, Carol. I mean, Debbie. And look at them crazy dogs back there. They love being together. They're the best buds. Butter chicken tonight. Yum. That sounds good. Oh, yes, Pa. I bet that is good. Butter chicken. I've seen some butter chicken recipes. I haven't done one, but I've seen some butter chicken recipes, and they always sound so good. Broccoli slaw. That sounds good. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Kathy. I hope you get to feel better. Debbie, I love that crispy bacon too. And Amy loves limp bacon. We all have different preferences over bacon. All right, I'm just looking to see if you guys have any questions for me. This is going to take about 20 minutes in the oven. So if you guys are new to my page, I hope you understand these are live videos. I do post some reels because I've been asked to do some more reels because people just love watching them. But these are live videos. What that means is you are talking to me right now. If it says live at the top, you're talking to me live. So if you ask me a question right now, as long as Facebook shows it to me live, I'm going to answer your questions. But if you're watching it later, that means it's recorded, and I do always come back to my message or my comments to answer questions. But I'm live. So that means I've got 20 minutes to wait on this thing. So I can't edit a live video. I can't say pause and then just pull it out of the oven and show you the beautiful dish. So what I do every day is I cook live, answering your live questions with live situations. And then later, after the dinner's done, I post a picture on my page of the plated dish with the recipe again. So you get the recipe 2 times every time I cook. It's in the post, and it will be posted later with a picture of the finished dish. That's kind of how I do my page. I hope you guys enjoy. I know you get lots of great recipes on here, and I hope you also get lots of great encouragement. And if I can ever help you, just make sure you reach out. All you have to do is send me messages. I love to help my friends. I love to help and meet new people. And I'm definitely here for you. This page is for you. It's what I created this page for, was to help other people. So make sure you reach out to me when you have questions or you need help, especially if you want information on those amazing drinks that are so awesome, because they're truly awesome. I drink them every single day, and I love shipping them out in trial packages or full box. Okay, I got to the bottom. You guys are awesome. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I'm here to help you guys, so just reach out if you need me. I will post this beautiful dish later. It is so delicious. It is called the BBQ Chicken Slaw. The recipe is in this post. As soon as I finish, you'll see the link, and you can open it right up and go straight to the recipe. It was so easy, very few ingredients, which is what I love to cook with, few ingredients. So this one specifically had chicken, a low-carb barbecue sauce. I used Sweet Baby Ray's, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half of I diced it really small, red onions, Colby Jack cheese and sharp extra cheddar is what I used, and the slaw mix. And that's it. That's all we had to make this recipe. Oh, and the bacon. And the bacon. You have to have the bacon. And that's all we had to make this recipe. I generally always will use ingredients that I use over and over. So I may have a drawer full of things, but they're things that I use a lot. I might have 1 or 2 seasonings in there that I use on occasion, but I still use them. I'm not going to buy stuff I have to throw away. So I love to teach how to cook stuff using the same ingredients, but your dishes do taste different. And I also love to teach how to cook low carb and just switch out some of the things that we normally would put in recipes that just make us feel bad, that make us sick, that feed disease. So I love to teach low carb. I love to teach and live keto, and I'm here to help you guys. So if you need those getting started tips, just put getting started in the comments, and that's it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.